This is my sailing guide part 3 finale. First, I will talk about the notable milestones from 1 to 99 sailing, with tips and other strategies involved. Then I will share plans for how many boats you will have, my optimal plan with minimum best core parts and facilities upgrades, picks and configurations for each boat. And finally, pro tips for shipbuilding and facilities. This is my 1 to 99 sailing unlocks. Okay, at 59 sailing, this is your third upgrade for Skiff and first upgrade for salvaging sloop. To build an adamant salvaging hook with construction 52, either build 2 adamant hooks for sloop or transfer 1 mithril hook from your skiff with facility bottle to sloop to save costs. Increasing the tier of hook increases the chance of success when salvaging, so it's ideal to upgrade to the highest tier if you can afford it. At 60 sailing, you can dock at Chuck Island. This is the second upgrade for sloop. To build a camphor cargo hold with construction 53. You gain the ability to recruit Cabin Boy Jenkins on Crandor with Ghost Peak Amulet or Mauritania Lake Slough. With the completion of Dragon Slayer 1 quest, this crewmate offers 4 deck handiness and able to carry 2 career crates, which is better than the previous crewmates in salvaging and strolling. At 62 sailing, you can take port tasks to and from Relica. At 63 sailing, you can build a bosun's workbench with construction 54. You should delay until you are ready at 69 plus sailing with adamant cannon, sufficient bows, repair kits, food and long range attack equipment for Red Reef quest. This requires schematic at 52 sailing from Elder Rayleigh and the completion of the Red Reef. At 64 sailing, you can salvage pirate shipwrecks. At 65 sailing, you can take port tasks to and from etc. You gain the ability to recruit horsewoman Olga with the completion of Impede of Marekwe quest, who can operate up to dragon cannons. She is one of the 2 highest privateers with Jittery Jim. This is your first upgrade for strolling sloop, to build a linen strolling net with construction 61. You are able to stroll down to moderate sea depths and able to catch 3 max fishes per catch and have 2 deck handiness required. This is optional if you are salvaging majority of the time instead, as strolling is quite click intensive and requires more attention to keep up with moving shores. The strolling net is best coupled with charm station for fish offcuts and the cake of stroller's thrust to improve fish catch rates. Higher tier nets and operation at the correct depth both increases the quantity of fish caught. When a boat's nets are full, players must right-click the nets collect from option, which will then give the player the option to empty the net's contents into the player's inventory or the cargo hold. Empty fish crates can be used to drastically lengthen a strolling strip, as each crate can store 10 fish. Always empty strolling nets before disembarking or teleporting away, as uncollected fish will be discarded upon doing so. At 66 sailing, you can use Whirlpool Surprise to increase your sailing level by 3 levels. To upgrade your sloop and build new facilities at 69 sailing, you can take port tasks to and from Port Tyrus. This is your first upgrade for sloop and skiff. To build an adamant keel with construction 62, which is immune to crystal flat waters, and is required for Barracuda Trials Gwyneth Glide at 72 sailing and completion of Regicide. Your boat will take 1 max hit from Hammerhead Shark and Narwhal, and take 2 max hit from Manta Ray and Frigate Bird with 66 sailing adamant keel. At 67 sailing, you can dock at Deep Fin Point and take port tasks to and from Deep Fin Point. This is your first upgrade for sloop and second upgrade for skiff, to build a camphor hull with 10 camphor hull parts at construction 59. This is required for Barracuda Trials and the minimum for Gwyneth Glide. At 68 sailing, this is the second upgrade for sloop and skiff, to build a camphor mast and camber sails with construction 60 for Barracuda Trials and Gwyneth Glide. Could be the last upgrade for sloop that doesn't need the extra 6 seconds more boost duration. You can also build and use an advanced charm station with construction 61, which requires 2 deck handiness. At 69 sailing, this is the second upgrade for combat sloop, to build an adamant cannon with construction 61. This is the best tier for 3 privateering crew. At 70 sailing, you can take port tasks to and from Priptinas. You can build a phantom stone with the construction 62. You unlock the maximum of 3 crewmates and the ability to recruit Jittery Jim, who can operate up to dragon cannons. He is one of the 2 highest privateers with horsewoman Olga. At 72 sailing, you can compete in the Barracuda Trials at Gwyneth Glide with the completion of Regicide quest. This is the second upgrade for Sloop and Skiff to build an element helm with construction 59, which is immune to tangled help with salvaging mercenary shipwreck and merchant shipwrecks at 73 and 87 sailing respectively in the Southern Expanse. At 73 sailing, you can also salvage mercenary shipwrecks. This is the second upgrade for Skiff to build a crystal extractor with construction 67 for Barracuda Trawls. At 74 sailing, this is the fourth upgrade for Skiff and second upgrade for salvaging hook sloop to build a rune salvaging hook with construction 66. Ideally, you want to build 2 rune hooks on your salvaging sloop and skiff, or you can build 1 rune hook, 1 strolling net and 2 cannons on your tri-bait sloop instead. At 75 sailing, this is the future upgrade for sloop to build a greater teleport focus with construction 69, which requires magic stone for 975k GP each. Using the spell teleport to boat, will teleport the caster to the mooring point where their player-owned boat is currently located. This spell can only be cast after completion of Pandemonium. This allows the player to teleport to hard-to-reach islands at 73 sailing by docking your sloop or skiff with element kill there, then use teleport to boat to reach the island and bypassing the requirement of completing Song of the Elves quest and using the rowboat at Grenith to travel to the island. Players can easily access Aquanites, nickel rocks at 74 mining, and reinforced chests at 76 thieving at the island with teleport to boat. You can also do the same for Drumstick Isles at 79 sailing to dock and woodcut Rosewood Tree at 92 woodcutting, which takes 274 seconds to deplete. At 76 sailing, this is the second upgrade for sloop to build a ham strolling net with construction 70, able to stroll down to deep sea depths, 4 mixed fishes per catch, 3 deck handiness required. Best coupled with chum station for fish offcuts and kick of trawler's thrust to improve fish catch rates. Higher tier nets and operation at the correct depth both increases the quantity of fish caught. When a boat's nets are full, players must right-click the net's collect from option, which will then give the player the option to empty the net's contents into the player's inventory or cargo hold. Empty fish crates can be used to drastically lengthen a strolling trip, as each crate can store 10 fishes. Always empty trolling nets before disembarking or teleporting away, as uncollected fishes will be discarded upon doing so. At 78 sailing, you can have 4 boats at a time. You can also build an Eternal Brazier with construction 72, which is mandatory for combat salvaging sloop, but optional for strolling sloop. If you are strolling in the Northern Ocean, which requires schematic at 76 sailing, lockbox from Buccaneer's Heaven, lockbox instructions from Buccaneer's Heaven, and small key from Tear of the Soul. At 79 sailing, you can upgrade your skiff to build a Gale Catcher with construction 70 for Barracuda Trawls Grenith Glide, best coupled with Crystal Extractor at 73 sailing and 67 construction. At 80 sailing, you can salvage Fremennik Shipwrecks and unlock the third upgrade for sloop to build an Ironwood Cargo Hold with construction 77. You can also build your third upgrade for Combat Sloop to build a Rune Cannon with construction 76. This requires Ogre Woman Ogre at 65 sailing and Jittery Jim at 70 sailing to operate both rune cannons. Your boat takes 1 max hit from Hammerhead Shark and Narwhale, and 2 max hit from Manta Ray and Frigate Bird at 66 sailing Adamant Kill. Ability to recruit Bonsoon Zara with completion of Royal Trouble quest. At 81 sailing, you can build an Ironwood Hall with construction 75. At 82 sailing, you can build a Charm Spreader with construction 74 with 2 deck handiness. This is the best charm facility to couple with Cotton Strolling Net at 84 sailing, 73 construction, and Cake of Stroller's Trust to improve fish catch rates for a 1 in 512 chance of yielding 4 squid bigs rather than 1 big. At 83 sailing, you can have the second upgrade for Skiff to build an Ironwood Mast and Cotton Sails with construction 77 for Barracuda Trawls and Grenith Glide. At 84 sailing, you can have up to 5 port tasses at a time. You can use the best upgrade for Sloop to build a Cotton Strolling Net with construction 73 to stroll down to deep sea depths, 5 max fishes per catch, 4 deck handiness required. Best coupled with Charm Station for fish offcuts and Kick of Trawler's Thrust. At 85 sailing, you unlock the second upgrade for Sloop to build a Rune Kill with construction 78. Your boat takes 1 max hit from Tiger Shark and 2 max hit from Pygmy, Kraken and Albatross with 85 sailing Rune Kill. You can have up to 4 crewmates now. you unlock the ability to recruit Jolly Jim from Brimhaven, one of the 2 highest deck handiness, with Cabin Boy Jenkins at 60 sailing for salvaging and strolling. At 86 sailing, you have the 4th upgrade for Skiff and 2nd upgrade for salvaging sloop to build a dragon salvaging hook with construction 78, which requires 73 sailing to get schematic from Lockbox, Lydrate Island, and small key from YNYSDAIL. At 87 sailing, you can salvage merchant shipwrecks and have the 3rd upgrade for sloop and skiff to build a room helm with construction 81 for Barracuda Trials Gwyneth Glide, which required to sail in powerful rapids in high-level oceans, currently found only in the Wise Melt. This requires sailing 72, Lockbox from Sun Big Island, and small key from Laguna Aurora. At 89 sailing, you have the best upgrade for sloop to build a Rosewood cargo hold with construction 84, which requires sailing 64, Lockbox from Crown Jewel, and small key from Minotaur's Rest. At 90 sailing, you can recruit Spotter Virginia from Runes of Ankar with 100 temporal subdues, one of the 2 highest helmsmen with Sailor Jacob offering 70% trimming XP. At 92 sailing, you have the best upgrade for sloop to build a dragon cannon with construction 84, which requires schematic with 76 sailing, Lockbox from Deepfin Point, and small key from Buccaneer's Heaven. At 93 sailing, you have 2nd upgrade for sloop and 3rd upgrade for skiff to build a Rosewood Hull with 10 Rosewood Hull parts with 84 construction, which requires schematic at 56 sailing, Lockbox from Shimmering Atoll, and small key from Isles of Bones. At 94 sailing, you have the 3rd upgrade for skiff to build a Rosewood mast and cotton sails with construction 85 for Barracuda Trials and Gwyneth Glide, which requires schematic at 81 sailing, Lockbox from Britta Isles, and small key from Char Island. At 95 sailing, you have the maximum of 5 crews and you can recruit Sailor Jacob. At 96 sailing, you have the best upgrade for sloop and skiff to build a dragon helm and 86 construction for Barracuda Trials and Gwyneth Glide. At 97 sailing, you have the best upgrade for sloop to build a dragon keel with construction 87, which requires schematic at 87 sailing, Lockbox from Greenstone, and small key from Drumstick Isles. Alright, what are your thoughts on Sailing Guide Part 3 and what are your favorite sloop setups? Share them in the comments below. Check out my ideas for more new sailing content, equipment. Please like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe for the elbows.